You staying home tonight?
I hadn't planned on it, no.
Plan on it.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery.
You're gonna die.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. We'll see you next time.
That's it, everyone. It's the podcast. Yeah, it's the podcast. Yay. That's right, everyone. Welcome to the show. The best, Johnny. The best.
We've said it before. We're going to say it again.
The best semi-Catholic podcast in the world. It's better than what podcast, Johnny?
Oh.
The one with the Australian.
Well, I don't know about that one, but yeah.
The one with all three of those girls.
Yeah.
Which one? Women of God. Women of God. They're women.
Say
They're
the
not
name.
girls. They're older. It's better than the podcast with those two priests.
Or those two.
Which one?
I don't know.
Say the name.
Those two non-priests.
There's probably one with two
Stuff
priests.
Protestants should know. Is that it?
Should that be like a Catholic podcast or a Protestant podcast?
Either way, I mean, we're all children of God.
We are.
Whatever you want.
Well, this is the show. I'm one of the hosts, Edmund Mitchell. I'm here with good friend Christian Weil.
Who's that?
The Chris Weil.
The Chris.
Also here with, who's this guy?
This is Allie Hoffman.
No, that's not. No.
I'm Nick
Johnny
Gutierrez.
Phil.
No. You guys are wrecking this.
This is going well.
Good intros.
Really
Johnny, tell people about you. So, well, people know you from
People
the
know
podcast.
me, yeah.
People know Eric so Eric and Chris are both tied for 2 episodes each on the
No,
podcast.
I don't.
Yes.
This is no. I've never been on this.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you
I'm
have.
going to prove it to you.
He has documentation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
can
Eric,
prove it.
Eric, tell people about
Did I-
yourself real quick. Yeah, you
Hi.
did. I'm going to show you.
This is my second time on the podcast.
How does it feel?
More comfortable.
Better or worse this time?
Worse.
Wow, really?
No.
What can we do to make this better for you?
This is a survey.
In terms of sensation or
Is physical touch one of your love languages?
Yes, this is a nice awkward shoulder
this
rub.
is getting uncomfortable. Eric, where are you from? What do you do? What's your
Originally from Baton Rouge, currently living in Plano. I am the youth minister at Prince of Peace Catholic Church in Plano, and I'm here. What I do, I like the specific questions.
Yeah. This is episode 2, my best friend Chris.
Yeah,
You
the
were on
thumbnail.
podcast.
I'm not in there in the thumbnail.
No, these are just placeholder
the same thumbnails.
They're
for
all
of them.
we didn't pose the exact same way in
Pixar
every.
Did I
happen.
call in? It wasn't here.
It was over Skype.
Okay, it was over Skype.
Yeah, we just kind of chit
Okay,
chatted.
I do think I remember this now.
Oh, it was over Skype.
Yeah, it was
very,
over
that's a little
very
different.
Barely. Yeah.
It's a little different now. It's live.
It's video.
Yeah.
Is it live? I
Yes,
was
tell
wondering.
all the cameras.
Look at each of them.
1, 2,
At the same
3.
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
So Chris, give the audience another introduction
On who I am?
Yeah, like
and what I
you
do.
know, yeah.
What was it? When was the
Where were
last
you born?
one? I was born in Syracuse, New York.
Okay, where were you born, Johnny?
Bedford, Texas. Have you heard of it?
No, where were you born, Eric?
Baton Rouge.
Okay,
Oh, and born and raised, right?
Yeah, born and
Can you
raised.
sing Colin
wow.
Baton Rouge for us?
Wow.
Can you sing Colin Baton Rouge?
There it is. I need
Were
finish.
there words there? I
There's
missed
no
it.
There's no
words.
words in
All
that
right,
song.
okay.
We don't
You
need-
just
Oh
scream.
shoot!
I missed
Oh
that.
shoot! Real quick, we forgot the introductions. This is the show. You can watch the show on YouTube. YouTube.com/what, Johnny?
Catching Foxes.
No,
Is that it? Did I get it right?
no. YouTube.com/Edmund Mitchell. You can watch the show there, the video on there, and also Facebook.com/what, Eric?
Abiding together. Say it.
Abiding.
Say it.
No. You can Facebook.com/the show with Edmund Mitchell. You can also find all the audio at theshow.fireside.fm. These are way too many links, but we're just going to say them because it gets you guys used to them. Where can you buy all our merch, Johnny?
www.Catholic You Should Know.
No.
Is that it?
No.
I'm just circling back to earlier.
I think it's theshow.threadless.com.
Threadless?
Thresholds of Hope.
Threshold.
Threshold.
The
No.
Threshold podcast. Is that not it?
No, that's also not as good as this podcast.
I have to
Johnny.
say, these are some fantastic plugs. I hope you're getting paid
Yeah.
for these in between.
All
yeah.
4 of
It's
those
like
were
little-
sponsored.
Yeah, it's very,
It's like
very
sponsored.
impressive. Very,
Anti-sponsorship.
people wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't know.
No.
You can pay us at patreon.com/the show.
Oh yeah, that's
that true?
another. Yeah,
Oh,
patreon.com.
I got that one.
You know what,
Look at
Johnny?
that.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Wait. Where is it?
Ooh.
Give him an extra $1.
So
Wait, we're getting paid for this?
no, not at all. None of you are.
Well, I am now.
The mouse keeps disappearing here.
I
You
get
see this?
$1.
Where are my notes here? What
so
else
fun.
do we need to know about this? That's it, I think. Yeah. Oh, we're also on Spotify, Eric. Did you know that?
I did not.
I think you probably have way more downloads than we have on Spotify.
I
Impressive.
seriously
maybe.
doubt that.
Don't you have music on Spotify?
I do have my music on Spotify.
Do you have music on Spotify, Johnny?
I have other people's music that I've been a part of.
Doesn't
on
count.
Spotify.
Doesn't
so
count.
No.
Like who? Do you think someone that has more? Let's figure out who wins this vanity battle.
Rita West,
Yeah, for sure.
she have more?
I hope so. She was fantastic.
Danielle
She was
Noonan?
fantastic.
Danielle Noonan.
Danielle who?
Danielle Noonan, Dave Moore.
Yeah.
Moore. Who hasn't played with Dave Moore on a Spotify?
Nobody has not played. Nobody. That was a double negative.
Yeah.
Everybody has played with
Everyone.
Dave.
Is that comfortable, Johnny? Is that microphone?
I really like
Yeah.
this.
No, don't do that.
What?
There's
Why? Yeah, wait,
video.
why? Oh, yeah,
there's video of the
I know,
podcast. It looks
but-
so weird.
Yeah.
You told me to be authentic and myself. Here
All
I
right,
am.
Fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
I feel kind of weird about it.
Now I
that
feel
tried
judged,
it.
so I'm gonna come back up.
Oh, look at what that was impressive.
So the topic for today, guys, is since Chris is on the show, Chris and Courtney are in town. Courtney's wife is right over there. Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
The topic, I don't know if you know this, Johnny or Eric. Eric, you know this because Chris gave you the full backstory before Johnny got here.
Don't make me tell it again.
We might.
Oh, no.
But Chris is, I think, one of my
Wait,
longest
can,
standing.
Can I,
go.
can I ask
go.
first?
Yeah.
I mean, you know now, but where did Edmund attend college first?
Georgia Tech.
He knows.
tell this.
He knows. He knows.
I tell this story.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
He
That makes me feel better because usually when I tell it, I'm always like, if you don't know, Edmund went to Georgia Tech for a little while, and usually people are like, he what?
Yeah.
He did?
And Johnny, which of my friends during my story about my background do I cry? A single tear falls down my cheek as I'm talking about
One
them?
tear? I'm so disappointed.
Chris, isn't it? It's, yeah.
Yeah, see, every
I remember
time.
the
Eric,
story.
Eric, wait. You didn't hear that, but which of my friends, when I tell my story, do I shed a single tear when I mention his name?
Without a doubt, Chris.
Yep,
course,
it's
of
Chris
course.
every
Nailed
time.
it.
See?
Nailed it.
I got emotional just thinking about it. That's why I,
I
had to
can't talk
pause.
about it much more.
Also, our audience should know, and you guys should know, that Chris and I, the first time I had ever tried to podcast was Chris and I. Like,
What?
was
Yeah,
me and you.
yeah.
And it was literally like, I think sitting on the floor in a closet with a little like task cam,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
just holding it while being on Skype and just like holding a task cam.
Yeah.
To give you a sense of how big our egos are, we used to have long, like 5-hour conversations on the phone about anything, you name it. And we were like, you know what? People need to hear this.
Yeah.
People want to listen to this. What are we going to
We
do?
are
don't
really
need
good.
to podcast
Yeah, like,
this.
we're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We are the best.
Us and 500 other couples of white men friends were like, we should start a podcast and really share our diverse opinions with the world.
Yep.
I think we have some interesting insights. So that's how it all started. And then we did a lot of failed things.
Yep.
I tried podcasting like 700 times.
Yeah. Between the Pint and the Cross. Go look it up.
This is a great
Deep
name.
cut.
Please don't
wow.
look it up. Just some awful stuff.
Can I
Hugh Man. That
No,
was
come
one
on.
of the episodes.
No, you should
What?
look it up. It's really, really bad. But also,
But
if
it's
you're
fun.
into really like weird, nonsensical anything, it might be up
Of
your
course.
alley.
That's me.
But this is part of the reason that makes this is one of my reasons for podcasting in general is I wish we had more of those recordings just for me personally. Like or for my kids to listen. Like it's just when I do every now and then go back and listen to some, like it's you know what, it's my version of scrapbooking. All right?
Yeah.
Come at me.
That's nice.
Dude, I have a 1 terabyte hard drive full of HD video of you and me on road trips that I have
dang.
done nothing with.
You guys can find actually some of the videos on Facebook. Some
Oh,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
the ultra cuts on Facebook. All right, this next segment is called Oh, it's too loud. So we actually have mail, Johnny. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's
Where's the mail?
Wait, immediately. Where is it?
Donde stop.
It's right here, Johnny. If you could describe it to our listener-only audience.
It's in an envelope of sorts.
Yep.
It was $3.70 to mail.
Okay.
That's it.
No, the rest
okay.
of the segment is
Okay.
where you open the mail.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
See, it's
read
to
it. That's all.
Edmund
We
the
got a
show Mitchell
Dude,
at. I'm gonna read your address.
Yeah,
on
read
the
the
podcast.
address.
Yeah, please.
It's from. Should I say that? Should I say who it's from?
So say who it's from, but it's actually someone else bought it. So I
Okay.
think someone else bought this on Etsy and had it shipped
It's
to
from
me.
Kyle Valentine, San Antonio, Texas. Did I say that right?
So, oh man, the music keeps cutting it out. It's actually from David Calavitta. Bought this from who, Kyle?
From this guy, yeah.
Kyle. And had this shipped.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Isn't that cute?
That's amazing.
Eric, what is this?
What is this? What are they called?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Start with a B.
Turkish tie.
Turkish tie.
The
I don't think that's
Turkish?
it.
The French fold. Is it called the French fold?
No. Cowboy tie.
Yeah,
Cowboy
cowboy
scarf. I don't know.
I want to say bolero, but I don't actually.
That's got to
know.
be it.
Bolo. I think it's bolo.
This is very
Maybe
much
a bolo tie.
I know you
yeah.
tried to do this last time and it failed. You tried to do the ASMR,
Nobody has a collared
but this
shirt
is like
on.
perfect.
Yeah.
for
It's
it.
a bolo tie. It's been
A
confirmed.
bolo tie. This is from David
Yes, from David Calavitta.
That's so kind.
Can you try it on someone, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It's gonna
afraid
go
you were
great
gonna-
with your shirt.
You were afraid I would say this,
Yeah, I really was. Wow, it's so quiet without the headphones.
right? I know.
Love that.
No, now you have to cinch it up.
Oh, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Here we go. David, thank you for this opportunity to.
Look at that.
Wow.
Nice.
What an upstanding citizen.
Do you think I'm a bolo person, or any of us are
Yes.
bolo people?
Oh, yes.
You can
You
pull it
are for
off.
sure.
I think all of us.
But I think
so at
David
all.
is one to like he lovingly call you higher and past your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's true.
So like right now I'm out of my comfort zone, but
yeah, and that's where David calls you.
that's where he calls
Right.
me.
Yeah.
So David, thank you.
David, thank you for sending in the package. You too can send in a package to my address. That's somewhere in there. Oh, I think I have my parish address to keep it a little safer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Just put your entire community in danger. That's
check a
much
phone
safer.
book.
Ship it to my parish, 861 Wildwood Lane, Grapevine, Texas, 76051. Attention, Edmund Mitchell.
There you go.
Also, don't show up if you're creepy or weird.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But it's a parish. You can look it up. It's
Yeah.
a parish.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a public address
People
in the
go there.
world. So, anyways, that was great. Wasn't that good mail time?
That was really
mail time.
good.
Thanks, David. What else do we got here? So, mail time with David. We have some voicemails. Johnny, do you want to do voicemails or news? My mic is really hot.
We should do
but-
voicemails. I feel like we always put that off because of news.
Okay,
Then
we're going
come
to go
back
with the
to news
voicemails. All right, here you go.
if we have time.
So the topic today is friends, friendship, frenemies,
frenemies.
friend zoned,
Oh, yeah.
Been there.
friendship,
Yeah, we're
friendship cookies,
gonna- Yeah.
friendship tickle fights,
Okay.
friendship eyes.
The 7 levels of friendship.
Yeah. Dante's classic, The 7 Levels of Friendship. It was like a TV show he pitched, but it got canceled after the first season.
Friendship Inferno.
Look at my mouse keeps disappearing. Friendship Inferno.
I mean,
Okay, here we go.
sometimes-
Here's the first one. Don't read it, just listen because
Okay.
it's gonna be
Too late.
Hi, my name's Mariana, and I just have a quick question. So thank you guys for taking questions. This is so fun. If you could touch on maybe how to think about maybe someone who was a good friend, but is now not a good friend, and maybe some like practical tools in deciding, okay, do I just let this person go, or do I try to speak truth into them? Balancing those lines of like grace, but also like letting them go. That would be great.
Okay, I know that was hard to hear. I'm just going to take out this iPad thing because I think it's messing with it. But I think the gist of the question. Thank you, Mariana, for this delightful
Yeah, it was good.
question.
I like
And
it.
don't
Fantastic.
let technology keep you down because it wasn't your fault. But
Wow. It was your fault.
It was my
your
fault.
It was Edmund's
Eric
fault.
was like, took that personally. Eric was like, that was pretty harsh. That was a little harsh.
very much
Like
your
that
fault.
was like that was ever in
You
question.
just immediately blame
That
shift.
wasn't a question
You
at
just
all.
blame shift.
Eric's having a hard time with this. Eric's
Loved
having a
that.
really hard time.
Eric loved that.
So this is a
We're fighting
difficult
for
moment in our friendship.
Yeah,
right
so
now, right?
okay, so Mariana says, what do you do if someone was a good friend but is now not as good of a friend? And like some practical tools for deciding what to do. Like, do you like let this person go? Like where's that? How do you let that happen? How do you just like kind of slowly
Or do you
drift?
not? Or do you not do that?
So
That's the
should
interesting-
bands actually announce that they're breaking up, or should they just
They
Let it
should
drift.
announce
So they
it.
announce it so they when they have the reunion tour, everybody
Yeah,
loses their
it's
mind.
a
Look at
marketing
I mean,
thing.
It's a marketing scheme for sure.
So I've heard that it's best just not to, because then you might get back together. It's just awkward. It's like,
No,
well, you gotta
no, no.
just stop making music.
What? No. You wait, like you take a big sabbatical and then you get back together and everybody's like, wow, my band from 20 years ago is back together, then everybody loves it.
I know
I
it's a marketing ploy, and I still buy into it. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I'm going to that.
Yeah.
I will pay you
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Dude,
So what
I
about
saw-
Friends?
I saw Dispatch last week, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
had
that's
just
true.
broken up. I was at our house. They were playing at a concert, like at a park 2 blocks away, and I was eating dinner with my in-laws, and I was like, "Is that Dispatch playing in the background?"
Johnny, do you know
there
who
was a
Dispatch
concert.
is?
I know of them.
Okay,
You know
yeah,
Dispatch?
yeah.
Fan.
I know for a fact I've heard at least one Dispatch song.
Okay, it's very well described as like white boy reggae.
Yeah,
like
for
we
sure,
were in,
for
we were
sure.
literally
Yeah.
at the concert, and somebody said this is like white boy reggae. That's
They,
what
they
somebody
were one of
said.
the first bands to get really popular through like Napster. Like outside
Really?
of outside of albums.
They were like-
they're
they're-
one of the biggest, like I think, independent concerts.
Yeah.
They like
They're-
broke the record
They're
for
like
that.
they're like a jam band, but not too far down the Dave Matthews or the what's another jam band that people.
Far enough. It was
That's
far
it,
enough.
Dave
Okay.
Matthews.
It's
far enough.
the only
That's far
jam
enough.
band.
We don't even want to even get
No one
close
else
to that.
jams.
Yeah.
Anyways, they were playing, and I went. We snuck into the.
But
concert.
should
It was amazing.
friends should you announce that you're breaking up with your friend to then
Yeah.
later have a reunion to sell more ticket sales?
I think it's hard to compare it to a band.
You're right.
You know,
That was
because
foolish of me.
it's stupid.
But I like playing. I
What
like
a
playing this out.
terrible
Could you do that?
analogy.
Yeah. Like no. But what if you did
Hi,
this?
thanks
right?
for checking in.
You went
I'm
to your friend. You were just like, "Hey, listen, I just want to announce we're breaking up now. We're
I
gonna
don't have time
publicly
for
tell
you."
everyone,
Yeah.
this is done.
I have plenty of friends,
But
and you're getting in the way.
In 20 years, we're gonna post on Facebook. We're back together, and
back
people are
together,
gonna be
yeah.
so happy. They're gonna come see us.
Eric, how many times have you and Johnny broken up as friends?
Oh, I would
day.
say, yeah, every day.
That's a little excessive, don't you think?
No,
The
because
reunion is
the reunion.
epic.
I literally spit across the table. So you have a reunion every day.
Every day.
What time of day? All right, we're
around
moving
3.
on to
Wait, I want to answer this.
So
for
yeah,
real.
answer,
You
Chris.
should.
Yeah.
You should. It's okay to let people go.
Yeah, I
it's
think-
okay.
I think it's okay to just kinda let
people
it-
go.
You know
Don't
who
announce
spoke
it.
some
It's
good
okay.
truth to this was actually Corey yesterday posted an article about this.
an article.
Did you not?
that she wrote?
Yeah, she posted an article on Facebook.
actually did,
It was
yeah.
titled something like it's okay to not. You're still friends with people if you don't talk to them every day. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like the thing I struggle with is
We
like
talked about this today.
There's people I know from college that I love them. I'm still their friend.
Love you, man.
I still love you, man.
Love you, man.
But we can't talk every day.
Well, we can't talk
We can't
every year.
Talk every year.
We can't talk once a year.
We're not gonna. We'll talk once we're in heaven.
Look,
when
I
we're
love
able
you,
to
man.
talk to multiple people at the same time.
I love you, man, but I have you on mute on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah. I've turned off
that's it.
notifications
That's
on Twitter.
okay.
When I remember that you exist, I'll unmute for a little bit and then just kind of, mute it back
Not
up
even
there.
that. Not even that.
How many people do you think have muted me on Facebook?
Let's see.
No. I'm not saying
Everyone here.
definitely everyone here. But like, what number? More than 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have probably more than 2,000 followers on Facebook.
I would
Courtney,
say-
you said yes a little too. That was rough.
It's like there's
You were
only-
like, yes.
It's like there's only 9 after me. So
Courtney was over
Courtney's
there.
been waiting to tell you. She's been on.
Courtney was like, yes, we have muted you. We have a group.
Mute Edmund are us.
So like more than 10, you
I would
think?
say 1 for every 10 would
Okay.
be. I would think
One
like,
for every 10.
It's a good ratio.
So I have like 3,000 on Facebook.
Oh, wow. I get it.
Oh,
Guys, I had to slide that in there because that's the only platform that I have more followers than Edmund.
Going strong since 2007.
It's because I was a famous punk drummer.
Ooh, you were.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
mean to brag, but like my famous moment, I had like 30 people come to my show, and only like half of those were family members. So it's pretty big. Wow. And the other half were for the other bands, but it's irrelevant. So, anyways,
No, that was really good. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm still not good at doing the soundboard. I was trying to do- Yeah, that was
You
pretty bad.
tried with your cool new technology and it messed everything up.
Johnny, Eric, it's okay to just let a friend go, right? Well, you already said Johnny, the Corey thing, but Eric,
Yeah. I would say, I mean, I think there's a fine line between like making sure that you're being intentional with the friends that you have, and then it's okay that friends stay for a season, between like just being a terrible human and ghosting someone.
Yeah.
Obviously. So like you don't want to do that and just
You don't wanna
leave
just-
somebody high and dry and
Yeah.
just
They just
be
keep
like
texting
be
you.
like, yeah, we're friends, and then like never talk to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's just important to communicate and be intentional with like the people around you and you're interacting with, of like,
Yeah.
if you're, in any, within any degree, just to be intentional and be like, hey, look, this is my life. I'm sorry. Especially if, people who have a family and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I've got a job. I've got a family. Like, we connect, but I just
not that into
time-wise.
you.
Yeah. Time-wise, I can't so.
And maybe getting better about not just saying I love you to every friend you have.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Johnny? Like maybe just not.
Yeah.
It hurts, but yeah, but one thing she did say that I don't think any of us touch on too is like, I think you said, can you practically speak truth to them still? So like,
If you're not their friend.
if you're not their friend, I think the relationship is different, but I think I think we're all called to speak truth no matter what, whether it's our friends or our enemies. So I think if that's if it's something where you have something on your heart you want to share with them, I personally, I think go for it. It doesn't matter if you just met them or they were your best friend for a few years. But I don't think you need to try and maintain the relationship for the sake of, I might need to, speak truth to them one day.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this too is the whole Dunbar's number thing. Dunbar's number is this theory that like we evolved from, it might be a lie, but it's interesting that we evolved from, who cares about the validity of it? No, that we evolved from monkeys that have a certain number over which it's hard to maintain significant relationships.
It's like 100, right?
Yeah, it's like 100 and something. And after that number, it's hard to just maintain a file in your head of like, this is a significant person.
For me, that number is 10 or less.
10 or less.
Honestly.
Did you make the 10? Okay. Thank you, Mariana. Next question is from Laura.
Hi, I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm 16 years old, so I'm a rising junior. And my question about friendship is, do you guys think that you could have multiple best friends? Like, could you have a best friend at school and a best friend at home and a best friend who's known you since this long? Or do you think that's spreading yourself too thin? Thanks. Bye.
That was a wonderful question from Laura.
I love this.
Great job, Laura.
16-year-old from high school. She's a rising junior. Rising junior.
That's a great
She's
way
not
to say
just
that.
a graduating junior. She's not just like an ascending junior. She's a rising junior.
Yeah.
I would just be like, I'm going to be a junior.
I'm gonna be a junior, maybe if they let me. Yeah, I'm rising from like a phoenix from the ashes. This is my third time
This year I'm finally moving up.
Sophomore year can be rough.
I'm finally doing it. But she said, is it okay to have multiple best friends? This is interesting because I don't know if it was one of our kids was out of school or a friend's kid was out of school where they were not allowing them to have best friends.
What?
Like little kids. Because they were saying that it's exclusive. It's like this, well, he's my best. And I can understand how kids could get,
Right,
I mean,
right.
kids are jerks.
I feel like that's part of where this question comes from, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you'd really ask this question if somebody wasn't like, no, are you my best friend? Or are you saying that's your best friend?
Yeah.
You have to choose. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise, like, have multiple best friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, if someone's forcing you to make that decision, then reevaluate where they're at, right? Like,
For me, it's the only modifier I can think of to just signify to someone that this type of friend is a special friend. And I don't want to say, this is Chris. Stop. What I don't want to say is, this is Chris, my special friend from Atlanta. Right?
No, that sounds good.
wait,
That sounds good.
you always
Yeah.
say that to me. No.
I don't know.
I don't see what's
But it's like the only thing I can think of is like, oh, this is my best friend Chris.
You know what
Like,
this makes me think of is, did you guys do, like, did you ever have MySpace and you put friends in the order?
Oh, yeah.
Your
Top eight.
that was a
friends?
big thing.
And that was a big
Whoa.
deal. Like, I remember multiple very awkward conversations with friends like, hey, man, yesterday I was number 1, now number 3.
Yeah.
Your mom's ahead of me? Really? Really?
You're that
Like,
close?
You're that close?
You're that close with Sherry?
Yeah, because yesterday you were complaining about old Stephanie, like she made you come home at 9 instead of 10.
Oh, man.
And you know what I did? I bought you that popsicle at lunch.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah. Number 3.
What the
really?
heck, man?
The heck, man.
Yeah, and start flipping tables.
Get demoted
Punches
on
fly.
MySpace.
You've changed.
You've changed.
This
yeah.
kid must have been really popular.
Yeah.
Oh, he was the best, which is why I was obviously friends with him.
Yeah.
Eric, how many best friends do you have?
Let's see.
Be very careful.
Eric, how many special friends do you have?
Well,
Over 18.
1, 2,
No.
I'm just kidding. No, well, I feel like my answer would be different just because, I'm like, Yeah, as far as, let's say, like, there's like a level of introversion. I'm like not like I'm not like, you know.
I thought you were gonna say you are way above.
Yeah, I was like, so here's like a normal person, and I'm just gonna down. You see where the floor is.
And then here's introversion, and then
I was
there's
using the hands, and then I was like, oh, it's a podcast. Great.
here's a rock.
Hey, there are 3 cameras.
Just
That's
above
Yeah.
rock level introversion.
So my social scape is going to be just naturally smaller in general. But I think it's interesting because she was talking about a best friend at school, a best friend that you've known since kindergarten or whatever. And there's definitely, I think there's places in my life for like best friendships that come from different areas, right? And obviously it's going to be hard to maintain like 70 best friends because
they're needy.
You just, I mean, and also it just kind of goes against the term best, right? So
like you could get away with like 2 best friends, maybe. 3.
So,
But if all 3 of those best friends are in the same room, do you say,
which one?
You guys are my best friends. That's what you say.
True.
You guys are my best friends.
You guys are my
Like,
best friends.
That's a plural statement that you can say, and it's
I think we're saying, Laura, that it's okay. Like, don't make a big deal about it.
That.
Don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah, like you don't rank your friends in general. Like, there's no healthy structure to like, oh, this friend's better than this friend, and this friend's better than this friend. It's fine if you're like, I'm closer with these people, or this friend than this friend, but
and just focus on being a good friend.
Yeah.
If so you hear someone else say, "Oh, this is my best," just
It's ever changing too.
water off the duck's back, as they say, right, Johnny?
They do say that.
Laura, that was an amazing question. Thank you so much for calling. Hope junior high works out okay. And we're on to the next.
Hey, so I'm a new listener. My name's Veronica. I'm not necessarily wanting to air. I mean, you can want, but I just have a kind of a suggestion from the perspective of someone who's new. I'm literally like halfway through my first episode, and I'm Catholic. I kind of was expecting that your podcast was Catholic. People came across it, but like all the descriptions that you put out there are generic, so that someone who was just looking at that wouldn't realize that everybody's Catholic. But once you start listening to it, the presumption is that someone who's listening to this is Catholic and comes from a Catholic perspective and agrees with Catholic teachings and kind of, hey, we're all Catholic. So I would say if maybe just be a little more blatant about it, but hey, we're Catholic, so that when one starts listening to it, there's not this disconnect. Just trying to think of it like a bit of an evangelist and kind of an offensive, kind of way of doing things. So thanks. No far. Have a great day. Bye.
It was a great question.
Thank you, Veronica.
That was a great
Whew, I'm under fire. No, thanks, Veronica.
You're good because you covered your bases. You said semi-Catholic.
Every time we say semi-Catholic podcast. Yeah, so this is like the biggest tension. The reason I actually really appreciate this voicemail is like, this is honestly the biggest tension with this idea of like branding a podcast or like how Catholic is too Catholic. And it goes into this area of like, do you have to say you're Catholic to make Catholic music, or can you just be Catholic and make music? Do you have to say it's Catholic? Like at what point? And just, a little context, Veronica, like some of us work full time for the church, right? Where like 90% of my life, I'm very explicitly like inside the church Catholic. So my idea for the podcast was like I'm just not worrying about that. This isn't like, we're not trying to teach anything. It's just conversations. I love Luke and Gomer from Catching Foxes, their whole conversation over instruction. Like it's just conversations. Honestly, your wife, Chris, was like, well, who's your audience? And I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is just for me. Like, this is something I want to do for a long time and have on the people I want to have on and not worry about what the audience is. However, she brings up a good point, because a lot of times it's hard to avoid the church speak. It's hard to avoid the inside jokes because it is just my friends and from my perspective.
Yeah.
So it can get confusing. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a good answer. At one point, I didn't have anything that said Catholic in the description of the podcast on Instagram, but then I kind of did. I was like, we're people that happen to be Catholic. But at a certain point, I'm like, do I have to explain that I'm Catholic and Republican or Democrat, or like what, like I'm an American, like at what point do you have to explain I'm white? Like if you're just listening to my audio, I mean, I sound super not white, right? I sound like a rich, Moroccan, like a,
I was going to say Moroccan.
My voice is very Moroccan, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I mean, I'm just kind of processing this out loud. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah. Okay.
Because we've kind of gone all over the place in our past of podcasting.
Yeah. I mean, well, we've always wanted this, right? We've always wanted us. I mean, that's what between the pint and the cross was. That was always the tension of it. Is we were like, do we curse? Do we how far can we cross lines? Especially, I mean, for me personally, because I've honestly over my life, I've like dipped in and out, and honestly, I'm still dipping in and out of like my foot in the Catholic pool. But I spent a very long time of my life in the Catholic pool, very heavily. Yeah, and so. This question is interesting because I listened to the last podcast and it was very, I mean, I could tell. I mean, everybody knew what everybody was talking about. I knew what was going on, but if somebody who didn't know would have been a little confused on like what were they exactly saying there? Yeah, because of some of the jokes. But I don't know. That's what makes it sort of okay, because it's like the whole point is to try and cross the boundary of like if you were to say like, oh, this is a Catholic podcast, and you had a bunch of people turn it off. That's what's unfair about it. And I think that's the boundary that you're trying to cross, which is like, I don't want people to like say, oh, I'm Catholic. And then people will go, oh, okay, this is not going to be for me. Right.
I don't want to be put in a box, man.
Yeah. And I mean, everybody's human. And that's something that we struggle to remember a lot of the time. We often like want to stereotype someone. We think you're a Trump supporter, not going to talk to you. Or, I mean, whatever perspective someone has. And that's unhealthy. Like we're never going to get anywhere if we don't. I can understand though the frustration of like spending time to listen to something, and then all of a sudden being like, I don't get what's going on.
Yeah.
But I mean,
most of the podcasts I've listened to for more than 5 years started out that way. There's like 2 or 3 where I first started listening a few times and I was like, I'm not really sure. And then once it crossed over into, oh, now I understand what's going on. They're the ones I've listened to for 7-8 years in a row.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I get real confused about it. And I do think though, if I had to put a flag somewhere, that for me the podcast is just me not worrying that much about it, but also being a little more vague about everything, because I don't need to put, I don't feel like I have to put a disclaimer everywhere that says like, by the way, this is a Catholic podcast. I mean, I do on the website. I say like,
but are you being
3 Catholics exploring spirit, science, and beauty, exploring life through spirit, science, and beauty? There's some context.
Are you being vague or are you being yourself? That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Because like honestly, I think if a lot of people just like, without knowing the context of a person and just talking to them, you wouldn't necessarily you assume a lot, and so that's the nice part about this.
There's plenty of podcasts out there that are like, to be completely honest and get super behind the curtain. Part of the reason why I say semi-Catholic is because it's in my head funny, because there are so many podcasts that are like so explicit about being Catholic. And there used to be a time in my life where I was super into all of the Catholic stuff, like really, and I'm so glad it exists, but I wish there was more Catching Foxes that was a little more vague. I wish there was more just Catholics just being normal, just having a podcast. Yeah. And not to, I mean, this is something that gets brought up in Catholic circles a lot, but like Audrey Assad, to go into insider language, Audrey Assad was like super Catholic and then tried to make this like positioning into, well, no, I'm just a musician. Or like 21 Pilots is an example that's often brought up of like, they're Christian, but they don't say they're Christian. They're just musicians, but there's Christian themes. And it's a conversation, honestly, that is getting kind of hard to keep rehashing, because I think we're having it so often because we've gone through this phase of super mega explicit Christian content or Christian music, Catholic content and music. So we're ahead of the game here. We're ahead of the curve.
Boom.
We are the curve.
I am the curve.
You are the curve.
You are my curve. Here we go. Thank you, Veronica, listener Veronica. So that was great there. Any last words on that, Johnny? That was great.
That was great, Veronica. Thanks for your question.
We got to do some of that was great. Thank you. Jeez, that was loud.
That was 45 seconds long. We were going to listen to that whole thing?
Mm-hmm. What, applause?
Yeah.
No, it's just, that's called like headroom.
Oh.
Right, Johnny?
Headroom, of course.
Is that?
No.
No, headroom is volume. When you have room above the gain.
Headroom is your gain structure.
Gain structure, right?
Yeah.
So what is it when you give a long lead in, maybe, so that later you can edit out certain Is that called a roll-up?
That would be called bad editing.
The roll.
Is this an explicit sound guy podcast? Or
Yes, it is.
Because I feel a little.
We are the best semi-Catholic sound guy podcast.
Semi-sound.
He was a little too explicitly sound guy. I feel a little left
understand
out.
what's going on.
Maybe be more. Okay, so Johnny,
Yes.
Allie's not here.
No. No, she's not.
I don't know why, but the way you're like, no,
Allie, we miss you.
she's definitely not here.
She's missed.
For sure, she's not here.
You know, of all of the people here, you know who sucks the worst at social media? Allie Hoffman.
Oh yeah, of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not true. She's like
She's
a
fantastic.
big deal. She got paid $3 million to post a picture.
That joke, that didn't get off the ground.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Almost like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Focus has like Focus Catholic University.
I've heard of that.
Fellowship of
Focus?
Catholic University
Oh, okay,
students.
yeah.
It's a Catholic thing.
Focus of Catholic.
Anyways, Johnny, this next segment is called the news.
Oh, here we
Or wait,
go.
what do we call it? Allie's 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 hot takes. Allie's. At one point she said,
is it-
Don't."
I feel weird.
It was in the news with Allie. No, in the news with.
Hey guys, let's do the news.
Yeah.
Okay, Johnny. So
I
so here you go.
What we
You're gonna
wanted to
hit
call it.
Johnny. You're gonna hit Allie's
I
marker
don't remember
here.
her thing.
Okay,
What'd she say?
we'll do a practice run. Okay.
Okay.
You go, hi. This is Allie Hoffman with the news.
Okay. Ready.
All right, ready? Eric and Chris, if you can. Courtney, just pipe down over there. All right.
Just be quiet.
Shoot
This
with
is
the
really
mouse.
important.
Here we go. Courtney, please.
Don't mess me up.
Courtney, don't make eye contact with.
I
Can you
haven't
guys
seen
act
it.
professional for 3 minutes?
For
seen the-
3 freaking minutes.
I haven't seen the progression of Courtney like getting wrapped up into a blanket. So I turned
literally
around. She was
snoring
sitting
over
on the
there.
couch normally.
All I can see is her forehead at
and
this
now
point.
there's just it's like 99.9% blanket,
Yeah.
and then just like little
It's
eyeballs.
devouring
peeking
her.
over.
It's
Best
devouring.
audience
She's
ever.
entertained.
Okay, here we go, Johnny.
She's so entertained.
Johnny, here we go. You're gonna hit
ready.
this, okay?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello, everyone. This is Allie Michael Hoffman.
No, wait. Allie's middle name is definitely not Michael.
How sure are we? Because that is her father's name.
Okay, there's probably a 10% chance.
I would go at least 10% chance. Do we want to roll with that, or should I say another name?
I think you should. No, I don't think you should include her middle name. Okay. I don't think she would ever do that. Okay. Here
I
we
can
go.
do this.
This is Allie Allison Hoffman.
That is a middle. You included a middle name.
No, I'm saying the-
Two first names.
longer version of the first name.
Yeah,
in case-
just to
and-
clarify.
Why would you
formal.
say her short name and then say it again
Because
longer?
are we casual or formal? Do we know each other? Or this is the first time we're meeting?
If you didn't know, he just did both.
Is this your first time on the podcast? It's Allie. Hi, this is Allie Hoffman with the news. That's it.
Well, now I know her
Okay.
whole name is Allison. So
Yeah. Is that really her whole name?
There's at least a 10% chance. Yeah.
All right, here you go. Ready?
Okay. Yes. Hola, me llamo Allie Hoffman.
You suck, Johnny. Last chance. Come on.
amazing.
Well, I'm literally doing what you said.
That was in Spanish.
You did not say to do it
you
in
know
English.
you said it
You
in
did not
Spanish.
say to do it in English.
You're pretending.
No.
You're pretending you don't know that you just spoke in
No,
Spanish.
I know what I spoke, but you did not specify what language. Would you
okay.
like it in English?
Yes, I would like you to say what
Fine.
I'm telling
Okay.
you to say.
I'm ready.
Yes,
I'm ready.
say-
One more time. Say the script. What is it?
Hi, this is
Hi.
Allie
This is
Hoffman,
Allie Hoffman
with the news.
with the news. Okay.
Okay.
Hey y'all, this is Allie Hoffman with the news.
Freaking Johnny.
No, that was
y'all?
great. Please keep going.
That was it.
Please.
Okay, we don't have time for
said
one more.
exactly
Listen,
what
Okay.
if you
the
practice
one.
this bit, it's very well done.
Johnny,
I'm very
I
impressed.
so wish we rehearsed this.
Okay.
I was just thinking that in my head. I was
Yeah.
like, is
Seriously,
this,
Johnny, we're freaking
not, but it's
41 minutes in. We have lots of news and a game to play.
All right. Ooh,
Don't mess with my podcast,
game.
Johnny.
All right. All right. Oh wait, right now. Hold on.
Freaking Johnny! Johnny!
Sorry. I'm nervous. I'm
Just
really,
need the bit for YouTube.
I'm
Just
really
say
on the
it.
Spot. Okay.
Just freaking say it.
calm
Okay.
down. Calm down.
I'm literally. Do you see me? I'm literally raising my elbow
I
to let
see-
the Bluetooth through.
That's
literally what I'm thinking.
I thought you
That's
had
how that
sweaty
works.
pits.
Okay, here you go.
I get
I thought you
Here
had
we go.
sweaty pits.
Johnny, seriously,
Okay,
freaking
okay,
seriously.
okay, okay.
Okay,
All right,
freaking seriously.
Freaking seriously. Yeah.
Okay, here's the news. So, first news here is this photo on Twitter. Someone was. It says, "This is why we can't have nice things." I was trying to take a picture of the lobster roll I ordered in Maine, and then this happened. Eric, could you describe? Can you describe?
so much happening.
Can you please, Eric? And you say there's no God.
Oh my God.
Look at this photo, Eric. How do you take that freaking... Look at that lighthouse. Oh my God. It's perfectly framed over the seagull's freaking majestic shoulder.
It's a stuffed seagull.
And you think God doesn't exist?
Yeah, Eric. Come on.
So this...
Look at that.
How big is your God?
How
Eric?
big is your God, Eric?
How big is he?
Right over his shoulder, that freaking lighthouse? This is not a wax.
This is literally the dove that Noah released.
No, it's not a dove. It's worse than that. It's a freaking seagull who are known to hate photos.
I have so many questions.
They are known for that, yeah.
You say there's no God, Eric.
How many lobster rolls do you think they went through before they like got this take?
How much do you
No
think
way.
this cost? How much did that lobster roll cost? That's a big
like
lobster roll.
No, they're
Okay,
named, so
okay,
it's
wait,
nothing.
wait.
Is this
It's
the
like
first
nothing.
photo that they took of this? Like, is
It's
this
the only photo
the
they
only-
ever took
Are you
ever
sure?
again. Is like, this is it. You throw your phone in the sea after you upload this to the
No, yeah,
internet.
I was about to say.
and you just throw your phone in the sea.
Don't know
You
is
need
that the
proof.
bird is taxidermied and there's a guy holding.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Now, if this was 2020, I'd believe that
Oh
because
my
I think we're
gosh.
getting to that point.
We're
where they're gonna
close.
start framing stuff.
We're
yeah.
close, yep. Have you heard of Photoshop, Edmund?
Dude,
Yeah.
this is, I guarantee this will end up in some commercial somewhere. Something.
yeah.
Or
Jimmy
it'll be
Fallon's gonna
some
cover this.
poster,
Yes.
some billboard.
For sure.
We're way ahead.
Johnny,
of the
you're
curve.
right. Jimmy Fallon will cover
Jimmy
this.
Fallon is listening to this right now.
Too bad we'll already have this on YouTube.
Jimmy, if you use this, you owe me money.
You're a sick man, James.
I'm coming for you, Jimmy.
Eric,
I'll find you.
Can you describe this photo since we've kind of semi-described it?
Yeah, so it looks like a ravenous depiction of the Holy Spirit descending on the thickest lobster roll I've ever seen, with a beautiful ocean scenic background and a tiny lighthouse. Beautiful blue skies, and it makes you question whether you're at peace or afraid.
Deeply disturbed.
Yeah, and also I might wear that on a t-shirt. Just
I would
just
definitely-
throwing that out
That's
there
a
if you want to.
solid t-shirt.
the other
good
thing that would be
t-shirt.
amazing, I want like a Thomas Kincaid version of
Yes.
this. With the lighthouse.
And
like the
Elisa
whole-
Frank.
Oh,
We need
yeah.
Elisa Frank
Of
this one
course.
up.
Yeah.
Just throw a rainbow in the background and pretty much done.
Eric, you're describing
Michael
Pentecost.
Sherman. Michael Sherman. Here's a task for Michael Sherman. This is a test. No one tell him this outside of this podcast to see if he actually listens all the way in.
Yeah.
If he could do some type of drawing of this with me, Eric, Johnny,
Yeah.
and Chris on a boat out here,
Oh my gosh.
that'd be great.
That would be great.
So, anyways, that was a good one there. That was good news there.
Okay.
Trump tells NASA the moon is so 50 years ago.
That sounds right.
Trump's observation about the moon and its qualities as an object of NASA study was eclipsed.
Oh god.
So solid.
Come on.
That works great.
Was eclipsed by questions and confusion over whether he was claiming that the moon is part of Mars or not.
Oh no! Oh no!
So here's Trump's tweet. For all the money we are spending, NASA should not be talking about going to the moon. We did that 50 years ago. They should be focused on the much bigger things we are doing, including Mars, of which the moon is a part.
Okay.
Defense and science.
Exclamation point.
What?
I'm lost.
Johnny, could you translate this for us?
Please.
No, not without going to jail. I can't.
Without going to jail. Ooh.
Is
Guys,
treason still a thing?
It's still very much the thing. Can we just talk briefly about? I think I'm late to this party, but he said
He's the president.
have you guys seen American Gospel?
No, what's that?
It's
Is that with Ryan Gosling?
no, I wish.
I always guess
it's
that.
this movie. I
always guess him, Courtney.
That podcast I told you about called "Defecting from Bethel."
Okay.
Lindsay Davis, the girl who was a student at Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry, was told to listen to or to watch this movie called American Gospel. It's about kind of megachurch culture in America. I didn't get all the way through of it, to be honest, because they spend most of the time just bashing Catholics. So I, not super into that. But they did cover this interview with Donald Trump that I was literally crying watching, of laughing.
It was
so hard.
emotional?
No, it was hilarious. They asked him, it was like, can you tell us about your experience with God's forgiveness? And he says, well, I don't really have to ask for forgiveness because I don't do anything wrong. Literally, he was like, the easiest way to not have to worry about that is just don't make mistakes like I do.
Easy.
Easy.
Just don't make mistakes, Eric.
Donald.
Okay.
It's
Just
that easy.
don't.
I'm sorry.
Don't make mistakes. Please don't arrest me.
If I had known that it was that easy,
Chris, how many mistakes have you made in the last hour?
What's your worst sin, Chris? What is your worst sin?
That's my.
I know, it's so funny every time. What's the worst thing you have ever done?
Johnny thinks this is amazing.
I stole the worst thing
Johnny's idea
I've ever done. We stole trays from Wendy's and we went tray sliding.
Explain what tray sliding is.
So tray sliding is when you have to have a front wheel drive car.
Of course.
We stole multiple trays, as many as we could take before they saw, why are these kids taking all these trays? They knew immediately once we entered Wendy's.
You're going to jail, Chris.
Yeah, we took my buddy's car out. You throw the trays underneath the rear wheels and you yank the emergency brake and you drive your car around in circles, and it's like you're doing burnouts in a parking lot because the trays make your back tires just slide across the pavement. And so we did that until my buddy's car's emergency brake went out. And then he had to go tell his dad, I broke your car. Oh God. It wasn't his car. It was his dad's car.
What a great way to ruin a car.
It's fantastic.
Right? That's fun.
Chris,
Courtney,
turn
what was
yourself
that?
into Wendy's.
Yeah.
Turn yourself.
Courtney, what was that like when Chris said, "Hey, we're going to Wendy's for our first date"?
Oh yeah.
That was last week.
I don't actually know if Courtney even knows about this.
You guys have been married for 7 years. And
7 years.
You know, ever since you've told me that story, I think I have told probably 200 people that it is possible to do that.
Yeah, it's
like,
cool.
hey, did you know? Like, anytime trays
Let's
get brought
do
up,
it
it's
tonight.
the only story I have related to trays.
My life has changed.
Right? Anytime someone talks about a tray, I'm like, hey, did you
If
know?
anybody
good
needs
trays
Eric
and
and
bad
me
trays.
after this.
Listen, get the fiberglass trays. They're way better. The other ones burn out way too fast.
So should we go to Wendy's and we say, hey, I need a number one. Also, if this is not on a fiberglass tray, I will lose my freaking mind.
I walk.
One Frosty, one
send it
small
back.
fry,
back.
and 2 of your finest fiberglass.
The tray comes on the side. I send it back.
Excuse me, what do you make your trays out of? Are they fiberglass or plastic? I have it on good knowledge that fiberglass is way better. Also, could you give me 2? You give me 2 or I send it back.
I send it back.
I will lose my freaking mind. Okay. That's what I was.
Oh, look, you were doing what I said to do.
Okay, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, do you want to bring us? This is from Chris. This is news from Chris. He brought us this link
Wait,
here.
First of all, these are fun. Reddit has the best news stories.
Tell him about the what is
Not
it?
the Onion.
Not the Onion on
Yeah,
Reddit.
so it's a subreddit. It's called Not the Onion because the Onion is fake news, but these are news articles that you think are fake news, but are not fake news. They're real news.
They're real news.
So I didn't even read the story here, but
we read it right live here right now.
So 2 sought, which I don't 2 sought.
Like
Who
2
says that?
they're looking for these 2 men.
Okay, 2 sought for walking out of store with crab in pants. Was it 1 crab? They were looking for 2 people with 1 crab in their pants.
2 people had 1 crab. Listen,
I have so many questions.
Listen. I
don't
think
that's it.
Listen, I think it's fair to say they were the best of friends.
Yeah.
2 friends, 1 crab, right?
So
Isn't that
Veronica,
right?
if this is you, you can have multiple best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Steal a crab together, you'll
the
never
crab's my
forget
best
it.
friend, and he's my best friend. Let's see if we can play this video. Let's see if this works.
The lot was not very
They
big.
stole crab from market by stuffing it in, and they came back and returned
This is
it
awful.
stored
This is the audio. I
Yeah,
can't
what
do
happened,
this.
man? Oh,
It's the Bluetooth.
man.
Johnny, fill time.
So
You can always count on Johnny to fill time.
yeah, you really can. Eric and I did this once.
Yeah.
We stole crabs.
What?
Yeah.
Did you use this method?
Wait,
Unsuccessfully.
you guys right there. No, I'm just kidding.
A lot of crabs died.
Did you wait? What's the story? Like you guys literally tried to? Because I actually tried to steal a lobster from Publix.
Did you really?
What? How?
Yes.
Put it in your backpack?
No. So I was in Publix with a bunch of friends in high school. I had bad friends in high school, I guess.
I was gonna say, did you guys go to Wendy's and then decide our car's broken? Let's go steal a lobster.
Let's steal a lobster.
This is like on the 4th of July.
You read my mind.
We were all going to go see a like 4th of July fireworks that this guy was doing on the streets of this suburban area, and we went to Publix to go get food and like hang out on the golf course, and we saw lobsters, and we were like, let's set these lobsters free.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, let's set them on fire.
These lobsters were in the cage. We were going to set them free in a pond
amazing.
at the golf course.
That's amazing.
And we were legitimately going to do this. And then I realized lobsters live in salt water, not fresh water. So we literally would have murdered these lobsters instead, which would have been very poetic in some weird way. Yeah.
So are we gonna try to watch this?
No, you're
Back.
Wait, here we go.
terrible.
Okay, here we go. Okay. It'll work this time.
Maybe.
No.
Here we go.
Police are looking for two men they say stole crab market by stuffing it in their pants. And then they came back and returned it to the store to get the cash back. It happened.
What? So they walked out of the store with crabs in their pants and tried to return them.
Of all the things you want to steal
Listen,
and return.
man, crabs are worth a lot of money.
Where was this?
Johnny,
Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Of course.
it was probably right down the street
This
from that
would be a
lobster
Pennsylvania
roll
thing.
situation.
Oh my gosh.
Johnny, what's your over on what do you think a crab cost in Pennsylvania?
At least $4.
You think they did this for $4?
Or I mean, I'm saying at least $4. Max dollars. I'm gonna say 12 max dollars.
12 max dollars.
12 max dollars. 14 minimum dollars.
This hot new Kickstarter project promises you nothing, literally nothing. So this is a Kickstarter project where it's a very beautifully packaged envelope that has nothing inside of it.
What?
Yeah, so it just has nothing in it.
They made a video for this?
Of course.
This is a total troll on Kickstarter. Yes.
This is fantastic.
Beautiful. This is
beautiful. And the video works. I want
No
it.
matter how big or small the project, good design is essential, even if what you're designing is nothing.
Okay.
Look how slow that fold was.
The world has ever seen. Richmore Brothers.
And this was nothing. But people have explored this idea before.
Okay, that's enough. Anyways,
Yeah.
basically though, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell if this is a joke or not because what they're kind of saying, and I can get this, they're saying really it's all about the package. Like they're just saying like this is this beautifully designed package and you're just buying this very beautifully, like if you could over design a package and make it super complicated.
How much have they raised?
Let's see. Let's find out. I don't know.
Just go to their Kickstarter.
Yeah, just search it.
It's right there.
You Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna be mad.
Man.
It's a lot.
$9,000.
Oh my gosh.
172 backers pledged $9,001 to help bring this.
No, this is perfect. This reminds me. Oh, I don't want to give this.
This is 100% real.
Yeah.
Wow.
We all have someone who is impossible to buy for.
Go down to their
literally
biggest
nothing.
pledge. What do you get if you pledge the most?
Nice.
Okay. The lowest pledge is $7. You get nothing.
Virtually nothing. Virtually.
Yeah, virtually nothing.
Modi, you get
It's cute. It's all cute. 120. You get the family pack plus 10 of our entry level envelopes filled with nothing.
It has a dude. You're not buying nothing. You're buying $120 scratch and sniff sticker. That's incredible.
How are they scented, Chris? They're scented with
nothing. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
They got me on that. They got me.
Right?
Hilarious.
Done. Where's my wallet?
What do you think?
Wait, go down
my
to
credit card information.
Go to what?
Go down and said, why should I bag nothing? What's that say?
You could give it to the person in your life who's impossible to buy for.
It's like mean.
What a big F you.
Yeah.
It's better than glitter in the mail.
Or a lump of
Barely though.
What? How much?
Barely.
It's a beautiful pack. Look at how beautiful that looks. Look, it's like, when's the last time you got anything with one of those wax?
But that's the
wax
worst.
seals
It's
on
the
it.
worst because packaging is just all about like,
look, you can
you're
hang it on the wall.
excited to open it up instead.
It says dramatization.
They're doing an incredible job.
It's so
this
great.
is like half serious, half real.
What's outside, and then they have all these things that are on the outside, and then on the inside, nothing.
No, this was a bar bet. Somebody was like, I bet you I could sell people
$9,000.
nothing on
I bet you I can
Kickstarter.
raise $9,000.
That's a lot
for
of money.
nothing.
But to be fair, to be fair, it is very beautifully designed.
How
I mean,
much
it's
do
cool.
how much do you think they're actually making? Do you think they're losing money because they have all this equipment to do this?
I mean,
and
maybe
all this nice.
Well,
packaging?
dude, it's just a marketing ploy for their design,
business,
right?
their
For their
business.
business.
Yeah.
It's a great marketing ploy for their business.
If they start selling actual envelopes, I mean,
$75.
that's a
for
great
their
way to
premium envelope.
Only 100 available. But here's the other thing: is like people are going on this and going, "Wow, this is very well designed. This is kind of cool." Nothing framed. This reminds me of that book that sold.
That's the best comment right there.
What?
It's 99% lighter than my pet rock. That's exactly what it is.
Dude, this reminds me of that book that sold like I don't know, thousands of copies or something, and it was called What Men Know, and it was blank.
Oh my gosh.
It was like 900.
That's a gag gift, though. That's. I guess
this is a gag gift.
Oh, for sure.
I got you nothing, and I spent a lot of money on it.
Okay, Johnny, that was great with the news. Ooh, yay! Okay.
Courtney is passed out at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
We've lost her.
That's all right.
Rest in peace.
Okay, well, we're just going to go to the game here. We have a game. Eric, do you want to give us this game? No, don't look. Don't look.
What?
Okay,
yes.
So here we go. So how will we do this?
What?
Okay, so both Johnny and Chris will take turns writing. Since Johnny and Eric are best friends and Chris and Edmund are best friends, we're competing.
Of course.
And Johnny,
these cards blank?
Yeah. Yeah, and then...
Oh, this is
Eric and I shared great moments together.
Oh, wait. No, Eric, but you also have to write too. So...
Okay, so what?
I think how this works is you say the question.
Okay.
Both of us try to write what the other person was thinking. But so like the first round, Johnny.
Newlyweds game.
Yes, newlyweds.
It's basically newlyweds.
So the first round, Johnny will try to write. Both Eric and Johnny will write, and Johnny's trying to guess what Eric would write down.
And Eric's trying to guess what Eric would write down.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
And which is difficult. And then Chris is going to try to guess what I would write, and then the next round will reverse. Okay.
I've seen these like YouTube videos on this, and I don't watch them because I get so nervous.
This is
I get so tense.
How do you feel right now?
Very nervous.
No,
I couldn't open the markers because my hands are so sweaty.
Oh, who cares? This is going to be very difficult. This is not going to be easy at all. Okay, here we go. Do we need some like emotional?
Wait, who's
we need some.
Who's going first?
Yeah.
What? So Eric, you both are guessing Eric. So Chris is guessing me. Johnny's guessing Eric.
Okay. That's
so
right.
Eric, read the first question.
Read
Read the first question. We'll give like a couple seconds.
Okay. Friends, describe my perfect day.
Man, that's going to be a long.
Yeah, these are too big. These are answers. Can we go to like favorite foods?
To be more definitive. Like,
how about like my favorite activity?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's try a different question.
Wait, different question.
Okay.
If I were a board game, which one would I be?
Oh. I think I know. Actually, I think I know the first one. Wait, just out loud, what would be my good day for the first one, or my good activity?
Would be your good day?
Yes, I think you can get it. I think you can actually get it.
I mean, stuff I probably couldn't say on the podcast.
No, that was exactly where I was going.
Is that really what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh,
a nice bathroom break. That's fantastic.
That's
it's
literally
a good
what
day.
I was gonna write for Eric.
I was thinking skimboarding.
Oh, that's good too. But that's going way back.
Yeah, romantic. Okay, next is
Next question.
All right,
if I was a board game,
which one would I be?
Okay.
Do we want to do that one? All right, whatever.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Wait, you have to write yours down.
I do.
Wait, yeah, you have to write.
Am I
yours.
playing? As well?
I got it. Got it.
Where's the?
Okay.
We.
Ready? No. Okay, Johnny and Eric, do you want to go first? Wait, you don't have. You don't have a marker. Okay, right.
Yeah, I was like, I don't.
Sorry.
know. Sorry. Okay, great. Okay.
This is not going to go well. I know and love one board game, and that's what I wrote down.
Well, good thing Eric and you are best friends.
It's true.
Okay, Chris and I, let's go. Okay, what did you say, Chris? Chris said
Uno. Because I'm your only friend, right?
Oh, Uno. Get it, Johnny?
I also said something along those lines.
Okay, what do you think I said, Johnny?
Oh, for you, Candyland.
Oh my gosh.
I said Twister. If I were a board game,
you would be
Twister.
You would like Twister.
Wait, aren't you guessing like what I think?
No, you're guessing what I am this round. Next round, I'll guess what you wrote.
I'm totally lost on this game.
Okay.
This is the most confusing.
Johnny, what did you think Eric wrote, Johnny?
Well, I'm his only friend. And as you guys all know, mono means one. So I wrote monopoly.
Eric, what did you write?
I wrote sorry because I felt like I needed to apologize because I knew I was going to get it wrong.
This is amazing.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Okay, this round. Okay, next question. This round, Chris, you write, and I guess what you are going
I
to
shouldn't
write.
have written in that round.
No.
Well,
we
you
both
write
write
every time.
Okay. So Eric, next question.
This is tough.
Eric, next question.
Why don't we just play a board game and spend the rest of the podcast explaining the rules?
Okay.
And it'll be the exact same thing. Because that's what I feel like is happening.
Okay, wait.
Okay,
I'm
Eric.
guessing you. You're guessing.
No.
Okay.
Eric, read a
down
question.
Your answer.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read
And
the
you
next
just write.
question.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Okay, this one's more definitive. I think we might like this because there's a 1 in 3 chance. Okay. Am I a cookie, ice cream, or cake person? In other words, not are you made of that, but do you
I think I know.
that?
I think I know.
Okay.
So I'm guessing, Chris, what you are writing the answer to this question.
I'm excited to see what you think.
So it's like, Chris, are you? Yes.
Yeah.
And now what am I doing?
So Johnny, are you a cookie, cake, or ice cream? And Eric's writing what he guesses.
I'm trying to anticipate Johnny's answer.
So,
okay.
You're getting real.
I needed it. I was like,
do you need a second? Okay, we'll go.
Like,
okay, Chris.
Who can search the mind of Johnny?
I think you are a ice cream person.
I am an ice cream.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
I'm absolutely an ice cream.
Dang it! Yes!
Absolutely. Yes. You know that.
Write down the right answer. Do not mess up.
Okay, all right.
Do not write down.
Okay.
I'm writing answers that I know are wrong. Go
I
ahead.
can tell you that it is wrong.
Eric.
How short it took you to write.
Eric.
Yeah.
Based on the way Johnny is.
Yeah.
What do you think he is? What type of person do you think he is? Based on the way his body's shaped.
We all know that Johnny is an enigma to most of humankind.
That's true.
So I wrote cake.
Ice cream.
I knew it was ice cream. I should have went with my gut.
Took you 2
what was that?
seconds to write that down. Your wife is throwing
Thank you
meat
for
at
doing
us.
that. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, a pepperoni. Wow.
Your wife is literally throwing down meat at us.
Okay, let's do one more real quick.
Yeah.
Let's do Chris again. So Chris writes, I'll guess.
Okay.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to try again?
It's fine. It's fine. Well, I don't care.
I don't care. We'll last one.
I get it now. So
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I'll go and you guess me.
Okay, all right.
Since you get it.
All right.
Okay. Would I choose pink hair or a unicorn tattoo for the rest of my life?
Oh wow, this is great. This is so good. I know what I want you
Eric,
to say.
we are 0
I'm gonna
for
write
2,
what I
man.
want you to
I'm
say.
so sorry.
Wait,
Do
no,
not-
why would you?
I
don't
hope
care.
I
You
get
gotta
this
guess.
right.
I don't care.
Okay.
What am I? Are you?
You have to write down your answer. You write down what you would go with.
I know.
I know what Eric would
you're
go
gonna
with.
say.
I know what Eric would go with.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. What
I know what Eric would go
Yeah.
for.
No. Yeah.
No, I don't think he went that one.
I think.
No, I think it's the other one.
I don't think it is.
Actually, I don't even know what I would go for.
I know what you would.
When I wrote
Doesn't matter what
I
you
wrote
want.
something down. It doesn't. I'll tell you.
I
What
swear
All right.
if we go 0
Johnny,
3,
Johnny, what do you think Eric would go for? Unicorn tattoo or pink hair?
I'm gonna say pink hair.
I wrote down pink hair.
Did you write it twice? Did you write it twice?
I wrote both answers and pulled it out. I'm just kidding. I couldn't.
I have no idea.
No,
Please.
actually,
Okay,
I went
Chris.
pink
All right.
hair.
Would I go with unicorn tattoo or pink hair?
You would go with unicorn tattoo.
That is what I went with.
Yes, you would go with the unicorn tattoo.
Okay.
Who
Very
wouldn't?
nice.
Wait, is that why is that even a question?
I don't know. I mean, some people would go with pink hair, maybe.
I love
would go
unicorn
pink
tats.
hair.
I want a unicorn tat now. Let's do
I mean,
it.
you can still. Are we doing this?
We'll get it
Yeah,
after.
let's
Okay,
go.
after this
God.
unicorn
Courtney's
tattoos.
been wanting me to get a tattoo. I found it right
She's
here.
into it.
Unicorn tattoo.
tattoo. She's shaking her head and
start
has
the
a really gross
sleeve.
face.
Okay, so what? So maybe let's bring it on home. We got like a few minutes left almost. We've been going
I want us
strong.
to keep going.
Let's bring it home. Well, you want to do the game again?
I would just want to keep going.
We are going. We're still going.
All right, good.
Remember when we met, guys?
This afternoon.
Johnny, you
Yeah.
tell the story about when we met often. Nick and I were just talking about this.
This afternoon. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
When we all.
Yeah,
met.
it was nice. It was like 5 minutes before we hit record.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It's weird that in all the other podcasts you've been on, we hadn't met.
It's weird. Yeah.
Very.
It's almost like that's not how it went.
Just heaven.
Chris-
I'll tell the story how I met Eric. I love that
Okay,
one.
yeah, tell that story.
No, that's. We don't have to do that.
Eric and I were in the lush state of Florida.
Was that the
Florida.
first time we've ever?
First time we ever met. Yeah, and I love telling this story.
Gosh, I hate
Eric,
this.
do I have your permission to tell the story?
You've already
Do I-
told it. We've
I know,
already
I
discussed
know.
it on the podcast.
This is gonna be better than ours.
Every time Eric comes
Every
on the
time.
podcast so far,
100% of the time,
someone tells
this-
a super embarrassing story
It's
of him.
me
It's the
both
same
times.
story.
It's me both times.
Oh, this is the same story?
I called in on the first one.
He called in to tell
called
this
in.
story.
Well, actually, I didn't.
Okay,
I
keep
called
it short.
It was very loaded.
Yeah, keep it-
Long story short,
brief.
Eric and I both have interesting poop experiences.
Oh, okay.
It all comes back to that.
As some people do, yeah. And so we were playing in Florida with the Cooper Ray. You guys might have heard of him.
Popular musician.
Steve Angrisano calls him the Tom Booth of tomorrow. So anyways, we were playing with Cooper and And Eric had some tummy problems, as we both do often.
I think there was someone who made. There was this really sweet family who made this delicious buffet of Filipino food.
Filipino food.
And it was fantastic.
It was delicious.
Easy on the tummy. Easy on the tummy.
It was not easy on the tummy that day. But so the first night, Eric, I can't remember what we ate that night, but we both had some tummy problems, but Eric's were worse than mine. And so he had some, he brought some hell to the toilet. We'll just say it that way. And he left a lovely little note to the custodian that says, "I'm so sorry." Sad face. Really charitable.
I put a post-it.
Really charitable. And
I'm so sorry.
The next night, the toilet has been cleaned, right? But Eric and I was with you on that night. I also had some issues that night. But Eric once again had the worst of the two issues. Clogged the toilet yet again.
Yeah.
And this time leaves a post-it note that only says, "Nope. ... sad face." It was really kind.
I love that story.
The worst is when you walk in expecting like this toilet's going to be functioning, and then you know. So I'm like, I'd like to warn people ahead of time. Leave it there.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be
prepared.
Not this one. Next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it about the first time you meet a friend that ends up being a friend forever?
See, when you share like a poop moment with each other, like when you are forced to go there, which you like, if it's if that happens, you gotta tell somebody about it.
Do girls do that?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
How?
I'm married to a girl. I'm married to a girl. Girls do poop.
Is that how you? Was that part of your love story or something? Like
you really know you love someone when you share.
Yep, it's
when you tell those stories.
Very true. Very true.
A friend is a special thing, guys.
You are my special friend. Ed.
No, nope, that's not consensual. I rebuke that. Reject that.
We didn't talk about frenemies at all.
Let's talk about frenemies. Okay.
A lot of those.
All right. Frenemies.
Frenemies. So we're talking about Jesus and Judas, everybody. Your friends and your frenemies. Let's get it out there. Let's get it out on the table. Let's air it.
So what is a frenemy, Johnny?
Frenemy is someone is your brother and sister in Christ that you see. We are Catholic, and so you want the best for them, but maybe there's some clashing of your personalities. You're doing the eyebrow thing, which says I'm saying the wrong thing.
No, I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to figure it out.
A frenemy to me is like. We're cool, we're kosher. It's what's the halal option? We're cool, we're kosher, but I'm not gonna come to your kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, really?
Like I'll click like on Facebook, but I'm not gonna,
I'll mute you on Facebook.
But I'm not gonna send you my Christmas card. Like
no, that's like just not.
Johnny, I've never received a Christmas card from you.
Yeah, what the heck?
Let's move on.
I thought frenemies was more. It's gonna be more like I'm gonna be nice to you in public, but behind your back, I'm going to destroy you.
Oh, that's evil.
That's what I thought.
Could be
frenemies was.
I don't have any frenemies. I only have friends.
Like,
well, you wouldn't know if you have frenemy. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know though. You wouldn't know if you have a frenemy because behind your back, they're just like
but it's mutual.
That Johnny sons of a John.
Yeah. What about the situation that occurred where Johnny flexed on you about his Facebook followers, where it's like a passive aggressive, like, hey, I'm kind of better than you, but we're also friends.
It wasn't passive. It was aggressive.
It was very aggressive.
Wait, but wasn't there something that was said while I was in the garage? I think we should air that right now.
Ooh.
Oh no, that was we were talking about how many nice cameras Edmund has, and I asked him how much they were, and they were a lot. And I said, "Edmund, what's it like to feed your family?" That's what he said. And he didn't hear that part because I have one nice camera, and I can't feed my family. This might sound like a joke, but it's a cry for help. Patreon.com/JohnnyPhilp.
Johnny Philp. There we go.
That was good.
What do you think? So, any other comments on frenemies, Eric, Chris? No.
Yeah. Have you ever had one?
I don't think so.
Wait, have any of us ever had a frenemy?
I'm not quite sure I know what it is.
I think we're the worst judges of what a frenemy is because I've never had a frenemy.
Are we about to look this up?
Yeah, we're looking it up.
Okay, we're gonna look up.
We're looking at
frenemies.
Eric, what makes a good lasting friend?
A good lasting friend?
Isn't there a definition in Proverbs or something? Or is that that's a good woman?
Oh yeah. Well, isn't it like a friend is a
good woman is a rare gem,
shelter, something. I don't know. There's a scripture about.
No, isn't that's like a Barry Manilow song or something?
Oh yeah. Or You Got a Friend in Me or something.
Or what? Yeah. Oh, what? Wait, why do I have more Topo Chico in here?
Because, you found the definition.
Urban Dictionary. A person. This is a trustworthy source. A person with whom one is friendly despite a fundamental dislike or rivalry. So ignore all of the words I said about it and listen to the words Chris said.
So like Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry.
I think of like sports teams.
Ben and Jerry.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I want ice cream.
Great Britain and Ireland.
Ooh.
Donald and Hillary.
Yeah.
I think they might just be enemies.
Jesus and Judas.
Yes. Chris Tomlin and U2.
Wait, what?
John Christ and everybody. I'm just kidding. I love him.
Jackie Francois, and the other one I always think is Jackie Francois.
What?
Emily Wilson.
Is that the one I always think is Jackie Francois?
They're both fantastic and they're both great friends.
Oh no, I forget who I always get confused. Is this inside speak?
Katie Prejean?
Yeah, I'm just so everyone's clear. Most of the names you have dropped tonight, I have no idea who these people are. Seriously, every
Come up with an example.
Like
Say
I know no
any
one.
girl's name and she's probably a Catholic speaker.
Yeah.
Kristen.
No, I think of sports players.
Okay,
that's
who?
a perfect.
Michael Jordan and
Larry Bird. I don't know.
There you go.
They play together.
Yeah.
Did they play together?
Maybe. Right.
This
Eric?
shows my sports knowledge.
Yes.
Sports.
I'm gonna be definitive.
What do you guys?
Eric and me.
Yeah.
Are you guys intentional about friendships? Like Eric, you were talking earlier about being intentional. What do you guys mean about being intentional? There's definitely been like Chris and I have had pretty emotional phone calls where we've talked about how easy it has been to maintain our friendship and how appreciative we are. I mean, it's one of the longest standing, very close friendships. In fact, actually, one of the worst parts about our friendship is the 5-hour phone calls that end up happening.
Well, yeah, because we'll go months and we won't talk, or I'll go in a hole somewhere and then not speak to anybody for a long time. And then next thing you know, we'll talk for hours. And then there's this run where we're nonstop. And Courtney's like, "Are you going to sleep tonight?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going to talk to Edmund tonight."
If I get a brain tumor from my cell phone.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah,
it's my fault. It's my fault. Yeah.
Eric, Johnny?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go.
No,
Chris.
no. I was gonna say that to me is what makes a lasting friend is because there's some friends where it's they require a certain amount to maintain the friendship. And that is always the barrier to me. Cause once there's this, I expect you to do X, Y, Z, and that's what makes us friends.
Yeah.
It's lost. I've lost the connection there.
Yeah.
Cause now it's okay, I have to give to receive, and that's how this works. It's a transaction. But a friendship is more just I give when I give, and then you give when you, and that's it. We're just friends. We don't think too hard about it.
If you wouldn't have been on this podcast, it would have been over.
Yeah. I know. You told me.
Johnny, Eric, do you try to be intentional about, are there certain types of friends that you're intentional about maintaining the relationship? And then there's some friendships where it just kind of comes naturally and you're just thankful that you're kind of intentionally our group chat kind of just happened out of nowhere and it has never stopped.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Eric, Johnny, intentional friendships, what's.
Yeah. So I think for me, just going back to communicating how you feel, and
How do you feel, Eric?
I'm
glad you asked, Johnny.
I feel happy of myself.
That's lovely.
So no, I think it just goes down to that because I very much resonated with Chris where I kind of go into a hole and just kind of do my thing and I'm like, oh yeah, this person really exists and I really love them a lot and I want to tell them that now.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of this regeneration. I think what's going to make anything lasting is that ability to adapt to where you are in your life and and then that openness and that honesty to be able to say, you're my really good friend. We don't talk every day, but I think about you all the time, pray for you, know, things like that. So,
the thing that switched for me a lot was when I got married because, at that point it's okay, yeah, we're friends. I still love you. I still care about you. But this person gets 100% of my friendship that I have, they get all of it. So, it's just, it changes a lot at that point when you're married to someone and you're committed, they're your best friend. No one is ever going to be on that level that they are. And so that to me was kind of releasing that guilt of, man, I'm not trying hard enough to like maintain talking to that person once a week. It's like, well, like my vocation isn't to get them to heaven. It's to get my wife to heaven.
Yeah.
I should help them get to heaven too.
Yeah.
But you know, my wife gets all of me.
Yeah. I remember,
Julie, if you heard that, note how sweet I just was.
Remember this.
I also, if I think I'm going to butcher this, but there's some type of, maybe it's like in philosophy, maybe there's some type of Plato talks about this, maybe talks about the different types of love, how there's like brotherly love, Philadelphia, the name comes from,
filial love.
Yeah, filial love, which means
Have you heard
Delphia from brother.
No, when Dwight quotes that, he goes, Philadelphia, Philly, from the term for love, Adolf, the city who loves Adolf. Like, I'm butchering it, but it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that episode?
No. I think so.
He says, you're moving to Phila whatever. He goes, okay, so you know what my job is, but you don't know what the full word Philadelphia. And he goes, Philadelphia, from the Greek term of love, Philly. Delphia, from the city who loves Adolf. Like, I'm butchering the quote, but it's anyways.
But there's something about how there's sexual love, and then there's love that's non-sexual love, that's familial love, brotherly love. But then also there's something about whatever the common good is between two people, whatever the like, however what's the word you'd say? Like the value of that common good is in direct relationship to how strong that friendship is, how deep that friendship is. So like if you have someone who you're friends with because you play basketball with them and that's it, you just have that one commonality, you don't really know them any other way, you don't really care about anything else in their life. Like you have a certain level of friendship more than a stranger. And then if you start going more deeper, if it's politics, let's say it's like the search for truth, like whatever, however deep that common good is between you. And when you start getting into a different type of love, like sexual love, it's like the common good between the greatest common good between two individuals is between a man and a woman and their child. Cause it's like this, like it's one of the most sacred, like it's like, holy crap, I hope this doesn't die kind of things. Yeah. So like when two people have a friendship that goes deeper than just like, oh, we just like The Office, or like, oh, we just like, a lot of times you meet someone over some of those more superficial common goods. But I mean, one of the things I've thought about with a lot of us is that we have these common goods that are much deeper, and like this willingness to explore something much deeper that we hold valuable.
Yeah.
I hope
that's
people have that. I hope other people have that.
Right? Yeah.
That is something that like I can imagine a lot of people only having friends through other hobbies.
Yeah.
And never getting to that point where it's like, oh, we have this deep personal connection that's beyond whatever activities that we like to do together. But I do think that's hard to find. I think some people struggle with that too, not being able to connect with someone on that level. And there's not, I mean, it goes even with just love in general, like finding someone that you want to be with for the rest of your life, that doesn't always exist. So it's very much like it's not, I think a lot of people think that you have to have it. And that's also something that you shouldn't have to feel guilty about. But I could also understand how you could struggle with not like finding somebody that like you care about that much that you can always lean on. Well, of course, for some people, it's just their family too.
Yeah.
Like for some people, it's just like your brothers and sisters or mom and dad.
Yeah. Any final words on friendship, guys? How to stay friends? How do you stay friends? What's a good friend?
I mean, it sounds like you go to the bathroom together. That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every day.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Eric and I live an hour apart, but we make time.
We always.
You make FaceTime.
We meet in the middle. No.
How often do you make FaceTime with Eric?
Well, in person FaceTime once a day.
What's weird about that?
I know.
It's weird about that.
It's a very normal question.
It's a PG-13 podcast.
Is this? Is it?
PG at least 16.
At least PG-16.
FaceTime.
Well, I think Veronica was 16.
No, God! Sorry.
What was her name? Veronica.
We had a Lourdes, a Laura, a Veronica.
One of them was 16. The Rising Junior.
Lourdes.
The Rising Junior.
Was it
Lourdes. Unfortunately, this
Lourdes.
podcast is now PG-17.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, guys. This is just my favorite soundbite.
Was that
I think it's all the time.
Was that literally Katie from Blessed Is She?
Yeah.
That sounded like her.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Eric.
going to motion to say something.
Go for it, Eric. Floor is yours.
I would just say for friendship, some books that have been helpful to me are
nice.
C.S. Lewis's The Four Loves.
Interesting. Okay.
Which talks about...
Is that the one that talks about that?
It talks about all of those. And so that book was just great, fantastic, really helpful read for me. And then also Men, Women, and the Mystery of Love by Dr. Edward Shree.
Nice, yeah.
In the first chapter, it kind of goes through those friendships and the degrees of them. And really, those two books were really good in helping me to kind of feel okay with where I was at with certain relationships and friendships, and just kind of understand in general the concept of friendship. So
nice.
I'd recommend those, and they're very short reads too. So
nice,
that's always good.
Yeah.
Edward Shree's book is like, if you've ever wanted to get into like theology of the body or JP2's Love and Responsibility, it's like a shorter summary of it, right? Which I'm always about.
It's like a summary of love and responsibility.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Johnny?
Yes. What? You need something right now?
Yes. Are we doing a podcast or
anything else, Johnny? Anything from you? We're gonna ride this. We're gonna ride this out.
No, another book you could read is it is the Bible.
Where can people find that one? Who authored that? What's
Amazon. It is written by our Lord as well as King David, a number of his apostles.
Our Lord King David. That's who wrote it. Our Lord King David.
King
this
David.
is going to be confusing for some.
Yeah, I guess it was written by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
he said nope.
Yeah, that's a clogged toilet.
Yeah,
right
you can
there.
pick that up. Edmund, closing thoughts?
I think be friends with people. You know what?
Yeah.
Well, really, I think it's been pretty effortless throughout my life to be surrounded by very good friends, and I just hope that I never like take that for granted, because there's been a few times in my life where I've realized that other people don't have good, or they aren't surrounded by good friends. And you only get so many chances. We've talked about this before. You only get so many chances to have a friend for more than 10 years. Because I'm only going to be alive for so long. I only get so many shots at that.
Wait,
what? Right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, once we get to like 20 years, I'm not sure I'm going to be. No, I'm saying I'm not sure I could try again. I only get one chance almost.
Well, sort of. I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
No, but think I'll be 50. There's someone I would have to make a friend and be friends with that person until I'm 70.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
The same with working at a parish. You only get like so many shots at working at a parish for 10 years.
But don't put pressure on me.
No, I know.
Okay.
If you ever leave me,
but not that, like the people out there who are like, I don't have a best friend. They're I'm running out of time.
Oh my gosh.
What I'm saying is, you should respect, be appreciative of the friends you have. Be appreciative of the friendships that you have, and just be like, man, some people might not have the friends that I have.
Let it be casual.
Be casual.
Super casual.
Organic.
Yeah. Don't be too uptight about your friends. Drama's not good.
Yeah.
Do you have the Jesus is a friend of mine?
I wish I had.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend.
They might have to pull us down from UTab if we play.
I have a friend of Jesus.
That was good. I thought you were saying.
Well, okay, just go look it up, people. Just go look up Jesus is a friend of mine. It is Jesus is your friend. He's the only friend you need.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a great show. Chris, did you like this? Was it good for you?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. This is basically the show. Thanks everyone for listening in.
Friendship on 3. 1, 2, 3. Friendship.
-5, 4, 3, 2, 1.